The Dasa of Sri Ram, he continues to speak about the morning worship of Sri Ram. Prabhate mani Rama chintita java. And here he speaks about the easiness that is adopted in gaining the highest. No question of physical torture, as we have seen. No question of spending money, as we have seen. Here, says even physical torture is not there. If you go to the Ashtanga yoga and all, see, there are so many methods to attain the highest, isn't it? But amongst all that, he says, this is the simplest, taking Lord's name. In Ashtanga yoga, you have to sit in yoga, asana, pranayama, dharana. You know how painful it is, isn't it? And if you go to Jnana Marg, intellectual jugglery and fighting, all these things happen. But here he says, just by his name, we get it. So we'll see the poetics way. He says, देहे दंडने चे महादुःख आहे महादुःख धे नाम घेताम न राहे सदाशिव चिंतित से देव देवा प्रभाते मनी राम चिंतित जावा. So, as we have seen, Prabhate Mani Rama Chintita Java. In between any two actions, two happenings, take the Lord's name or awaken your mind to His name, which conquers all evil. Isn't it? That's what we say. Prabhate Mani Rama Chinti. Just meditate and keep going on. Always. And above that, wonderful. Sadhashiva Chintita se Deva Deva. He says, who is Deva Deva here? Deva Deva means Sri Ramchandraji. And this Ram, this Deva Deva, that is the God's God. When Deva Deva means the Deva for all the Devas. In other words, he says, and who meditates on him? Sadashiva Chintita. He says, even Sadashiva means Lord Shankara, Ishvara, even he meditates on this particular person. Then understand how powerful he is. Of course, no doubt, both are in equal terms. Shiva and Rama, there is no Bheda, as we have seen. So, if Shiva himself worships, then we should also worship. Similarly, other texts, Rama worships Shiva. It is always there in Ramayana. We have seen in Rameshwar how he builds Shivlingam and all. So, they are mutually complementing each other. So, we should not, even Lord Shiva being so mighty, so powerful, even if he is worshipping Ram, then even we have to do that. There is no shortcuts. Now he says, Dehe dandane che mahadukka ahe. He says the physical penance, tapas. Either sit in any lotus pose, close your eyes, stand on one leg, stand in between the fire, stand in the middle of the river. And number of penances are there, which we have seen. Upavasas, isn't it? Torturing the body to gain that endurance. He says all that is painful. Deha dandeche, this physical pain, dandana means by punishing or by torturing or by through rigorous penance through which the body undergoes all pain. He says Mahadukha, he says greatest grief. Ahe, what we gain, he says Mahadukha tena nama geta rahe, he says. He says, even that greatest grief that is gained by the various penances that we follow, by physical torturing the body to the core, undergoing a lot of things, he says, Ram's name gives relief. Just take Ram. Therefore, even in penance, after taking a particular position or posture, they chant the name, isn't it? A constant japam happens. In that japam, they forget the pain, they forget the body, isn't it? So, even the greatest physical agony, physical torture, physical pain can be overcome by the Lord's name. And please, 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 again remember, we are telling again and again, these are all the byproducts. These are not ultimate. The ultimate is something very, very big. In one of the meditation sessions, I have seen that a person who had a tumor, it got dissolved. Wow, you might say. But understand, all these are on the physical level. There are five koshas. Physical level is the first element, first kosha, first layer, Annamaya kosha. We have to transcend Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. Isn't it? It's so deep. So just looking at these trivial things, we should not fall prey. There, even if you see in Dwapara, Krishna has done so much of miracles. All that miracles for what? For them to understand that supreme. Looking at that, they had to go beyond. Just like you give a chocolate to a child. Not that the child should keep on coming to the chocolate. That's an incentive for that to understand and to transcend and to go beyond. A child secures first class, gets first class. Then you give them a corner two. What does it mean? Not to stop at corner two. Ah, you do much better. This is not the end. And one day the child, they buy corner for themselves. That should be the state. Make them totally independent. Everywhere, we speak of independence, but nobody wants to give independence to anybody. Everybody wants the others to be in their clutches. The most unfortunate thing. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Very few are there. Even in Guruhood, they want the devotees to be with them always. They don't want them to get realized and go off. Hmm. Only then, when gurus mean, they say, yesterday in my satsang, the football stadium was full. Oh, my satsang, I had 11,000 participants. Oh, is it in my satsang? Physically, there were 10,000, but online, through what you call that, Facebook or other, 30,000 have watched. Oh, where is the end? We are not supposed to go under these counts and these numbers, my dear friends. We are for ourselves and for our upliftment. Uddharet Atma Atman. I have to uplift myself. And once we go to that Brahmanhood, then there is no second entity for us to talk. When all are one, then for whom you have to say that you have 10,000 or 11,000 or one? There is no second thing. Think. These are the fallacies. Even a realized master will not say that I am realized, because who is there inside to say that I am realized? If that entity is there that to identify that I am realized, that is the manifestation of ego. Then if ego is the realization doesn't happen. Think. Therefore it says, Bhagjalam Maharana, they speak and we fall. Be alert. Oh, have you realized? Who has realized in you is the question, as Ramana asks. question the questioner. So, all that it is said here is Mahadukkhate Nama Gedham Narahe. He says, even the greatest pain gets dissolved in his name. And that is the reason why even Sadashiva, Chintitase Devadev, even Sadashiva, he meditates on Sri Ram. So, shouldn't we meditate? So, keep on meditating on Sri Ram till we meet next. Thanks for being with.